Although this is the final week of racing at the Dover Downs meet, that just means that the 2011 Harrington Raceway Spring Meet is around the corner. The meet begins on Sunday, April 17th. The live racing schedule is Sunday through Thursday, and the post time is each evening at 5:30 p.m. But of course, here on Post Time, we will be following all the action from the half-mile oval. Welcome back to Post Time. Recently at the Delaware Horse Expo, I had the opportunity to meet a lady who is a doctor, an educator, and a lover of horses. We chatted about equine behavior and important tips for a happier horse. With me now is Dr. Carissa Wickens, and she's fairly new to the area. She's only been here for a couple of years, so I'm going to let her take over and tell us what she does at the University of Delaware.
Thank you, Heather. Good morning. Yes, I am the new assistant professor of Equine Science at the University of Delaware. I've been in this position for about a year and a half, and I teach equine science-focused courses for our undergraduate students who are enrolled in the Department of Animal and Food Sciences. So these are a lot of young people that are aspiring to go to vet school. Some want to get into the industry, so very involved in the horse industry, eventually as a career. So most of them are taking animal nutrition, animal physiology, animal genetics courses, but my classes give them an opportunity to really focus in on the horse.
So she is a specialist with horse behavior, and that's what we're going to talk about a little bit. We're just going to take a couple points and talk about how trainers or owners of standardbred racehorses really help out with their horse's behavior, just doing a couple little things. And we'll start with the basics, and that's eating. What your horse eats can really make a difference with how they're feeling and what their behavior is.
Yes, and it can be a challenge with performance horses. Obviously, they have a high energy demand on their system. You know, we're asking them to work at very high speeds. They're in intensive training. So, you know, for standardbreds in particular, you know, we want to make sure that they're getting enough energy to meet those demands. Having said that, though, anytime we can really base the diet primarily or first on forage, a good quality hay is always helpful. The horse's digestive tract was designed to eat a mostly forage diet, so in terms of gut health and horse health in general, basing the diet on forage can be very helpful. But also, because of the way the horse developed, they really like to spend a lot of their day grazing and foraging. So the more we can offer them hay, it can kind of reduce some of those aberrant or kind of abnormal behaviors that we sometimes see. So it's very good, you know, mentally for a horse, but it's also good for their digestive physiology.
Now, the second thing that I wanted to talk about, and I know that a lot of standardbred horse trainers do this, and they turn their horses out. And it's really important because you don't want a horse in a 10 by 10 box all day long. But, you know, why is it important?
It's very important for their social interactions, the ability for horses to socialize with one another. It's a huge component of what a horse is and what they like to do. So again, for their mental well-being, it's a good thing to let horses socialize. Sometimes if, you know, your preference is not to turn them out into a large group or a herd situation on your farm, sometimes at least just allowing them fence line contact. So if you have adjacent paddocks where the horses can go out, get some time to play, you know, they engage in play behavior a lot, that's very important too. It loads those bones, it gets them, you know, their growth is good. It's good all around for their health and their mental well-being, but it's really good if you can even at least just allow them that fence line contact. That way they can touch each other, they can socialize.
One of the neat things about that is it's not like people started turning their horses out 20 years ago. Like horses being out together and hanging out together, that's like thousands upon thousands of years of their history.
Yes. And the one thing that we do have to take in consideration are their social structures. You know, they have these dominance, what we call dominance hierarchies or pecking orders really, and they get very established with which horse is dominant, which one's subordinate. And we have to respect that too. You know, anytime we mix new horses into a group, we want that to be a very safe, a very gradual process because it takes that new horse, that newcomer, a chance to get to know his herd mates. And sometimes, you know, we can reduce the chance of fighting and injury if we really work hard to do that.
Just to wrap everything up, you know, if people want to know more, you guys have a blog that's going on and there's, you know, a website they can go to.
Yes, we're in the process of developing a University of Delaware Cooperative Extension equine blog. So it's a sites.udel.edu site /equine. But if you just Google or go into Bing and type in UD equine blog, it should pop up. So it's a work in progress. If you guys go on now, there's not a ton of information up there, but we're starting to develop some fact sheets. I work very much in collaboration with our UD Extension agronomist, Dr. Richard Taylor, and also our livestock extension agent for the state, Susan Gary. So the three of us in particular have kind of been working together to get this site up and running. We're trying to incorporate an Ask an Expert sort of comment box. We haven't had a lot of experience with that yet, but we're seeing if we can get that up and running. But you'll find links to other equine industry groups and organizations within the state of Delaware and the region. We put upcoming educational programs, events, just highlighted things like this last summer. Our youth in the state did very well with the 4-H, the horse contest during State Fair Week. So we kind of try to update people on what's going on.
Oh, that's very cool. So you don't have to just be into pleasure horses. Racehorse people, any breeds, check out the blog. And thank you so much for being on the show today.
Well, you're very welcome. Thank you for having me, Heather.
In our final race of the show, number 1, Idlewood Phoenix is the favorite after winning this same class in his last start. The 5, Ruffled Tux, is the son of the famous race mare, White Ruffles. And number 8, Only Vegas, just won his most recent and takes a step up in class.
There off there goes Smile from ear to ear out for the lead, along with Sparky toward the inside. Idlewood Phoenix. Noble Cruiser gets away in 4th, racing 5th is Fasado. Then it's Ruffled Tux, followed by Is a Believer, and Only Vegas gets away last. They speed into the first turn. Smile from ear to ear on the outside, up after the lead. Idlewood Phoenix back to second, left outside. Sparky. Noble Cruiser has the rail. Then it's Fasado and Ruffle Tux. Quarter time, 26 and 4/5. They race by the stands. Smile from ear to ear. Idlewood Phoenix left outside. Sparky. Noble Cruiser has the rail in 4th, racing 5th. That's Fasado. Ruffle Tux is next. The trailers are Is a Believer and 2.5 more back to Only Vegas. Into the clubhouse turn. That's Smile from ear to ear, followed by Idlewood Phoenix. Sparky racing on the outside. Noble Cruiser has the rail. Out comes Ruffle Tux, staying in there, Fasado. Next is a Believer and Only Vegas, 55. They go to the back stretch. Smile from ear to ear. Idlewood Phoenix, then it's Noble Cruiser, the Park Sparky. 3 wide move coming from Ruffled Tux somewhere along the line as they head up the back stretch. It's Smile from ear to ear, followed by Idlewood Phoenix. There's the 3 wide Ruffled Tux. Going around Sparky, not keeping up right now, Noble Cruiser. Trying to follow 3 wide is a Believer. Off the rail between horses is Fasado, and following 3 wide Only Vegas. 123 and 3 around the final turn. Here comes Ruffle Tux up on the outside now to get the lead. Smile from ear to ear back to second. Following live cover is a Believer's into 3rd. They're at the top of the stretch. Only Vegas is moving on the far outside. They're at the top of the stretch. Ruffled Tux, Smile from ear to ear. Here comes Is a Believer. Idlewood Phoenix coming down the inside. Is a Believer made a break. They charge for the wire. Ruffled Tux is in front. Ruffled Tux.
Ruffled Tux makes a 3 wide bid and wins in 152 and 3, his fastest victory so far this year. The 8-year-old is owned by Warren Racing Stable, Erica Hanley, and trainer Dylan Davis. Let's make it very clear that this horse of a different color is Erica's pride and joy of the stable. And there was a lot of screams and a lot of OMGs in the winner's circle. Second was Only Vegas, and third went to Idlewood Phoenix. Thank you so much for spending the past half hour with me. I hope you had a good time. I know I did. And come out to Dover Downs for more great harness action. And take note that this is the final week of the 2010-2011 meet. Sunday through Thursday, there's a live harness racing starting each afternoon at 4:30 p.m. with Thursday, April 14th being the final night of live racing this meet at Dover Downs. Have a wonderful week. I will see you at the track, and God bless.